What better way to start the new year off, or my reintroduction after taking a month off to YouTube, than a fitness video geared towards fitness, lifestyle, empowerment. Fitness is something I naturally just fell into about 8 years ago and have fell in love with. We are at the gym, as you can see. This is going to be a fitness video. It's going to be my current leg day routine. I'll walk you guys through. Just got to the gym. I usually start up a warm-up on the treadmill, aim for 5 minutes on an 8 incline at a 2.6 speed. This is the only good angle I could get, really. Get the blood flowing, and then I go to the turf afterwards to stretch out, which I'll show you guys, and then we get into the actual routine. Like that, we're gonna go stretch now. I haven't filmed in the gym in such a long time that I forgot how nerve-wracking it can be, but usually I take this pole just to widen and open up my chest some. My lower body stretches afterwards. Especially when you're doing lots of things like deadlifts, Bulgarian split squats, you want to make sure you're doing your dynamic stretches to get the full range of motion. These movements honestly do not have to be complicated whatsoever. Our next movement is going to be RDLs. You guys have seen me do this before if you've seen any of my other workout videos, but basically it is within the deadlift family, and it's basically where you go half down, you do that hip hinge, you make sure your core is engaged, and you go back up to make sure that you are, and also make sure that you're getting that tension within your glutes, because RDLs would definitely be one of my top 3 glute growth movements. Just gonna get into it. I usually start off with, recently I've been doing them with dumbbells, which has been fun. I usually start them off with 50s, so I do 2 sets of 50s, and then I jump into doing a set with 10s, or sorry, with 60s. Hip, make sure that your core is engaged. Just gonna do 10 of these. Gonna jump into our second set here soon. To put these back and grab the 60s. So if you want to make sure that you're hitting your glutes optimally for the utmost biggest dump truck in the future, make sure you're hitting that hip hinge, and make sure you're hitting that hip hinge, and make sure that you're also engaging your core. So you know how they say abs are made outside of the gym, or that you don't necessarily have to do abs? Just make sure that you're always engaging your core, and make sure you're obviously eating properly outside of the gym. So right now I am on a cut, which means I'm aiming to get a little leaner, especially my upper body, but you can't target weight gain and you can't target weight loss. So my protein should definitely be your weight, how much you weigh, but I only aim for 200 grams of protein a day, and then my carbs are cut 200 grams less than what I usually consume, just to make sure that I'm leaning properly or cutting properly. So if you want the most fattest, juiciest, voluptuous glutes, hip thrust should definitely be in your rotation, whether it's on the Smith machine, whether it's just doing like it manually with the bar, getting some weights on there, whatever it may be, hip thrust should definitely be in your rotation. And I'm gonna do 3 sets. And again, you want to make sure you're doing that hip thrust or hip hinge, and then make sure that you're squeezing or pulling in tension at the top of your glutes once you get to the top of that movement. Yeah, as far. There's that one. I usually start with 2 plates. Five full hip thrusts. Come up, squeeze for 5 to 10 seconds. And then I get into 5, basically they're halfway hip thrusts. I forgot the proper name for them. They're almost like glute bridges, but they're calf bridges. So yeah. So 5 hip thrusts, which is full range of motion. Squeeze at the top of your glutes. And then I get into the 5 second to 10 second hold at the top. Because again, we're aiming to build the fattest ass ever. And then I get into 5 calf bridges, which is basically a halfway hip thrust. Okay? Shorter range of motion. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Casper just 1. Anyways, we're gonna do that again with our current weight, and then we're gonna put another 45 on there. And yeah. So, I finished my last set. We're gonna do abductors. But there's this girl over there right now. One, 2. This man literally has his boobies out. Why can't I have my boobies out? Our next movement is gonna be hip abductions. This machine here. Really my bullshit workout because it doesn't really, like when I first started working out, I thought these would widen your hips, but they do not really do that. But it feels like it's doing something, so this is really unnecessary. Movement is going to be glute bias back extensions on here. We're just gonna get into it. Our next movement is going to be Bulgarian split squats. Back leg is going to be elevated. Front leg on the floor is going to be the one that's your working leg. And usually I like to do 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps per leg. This leg is going to be our working leg. Take a step out. Wait. Back leg's going to be elevated. Push down in your heels. Hip hinge. Abdominal engage. Honest, I really don't want to do this last set of Bulgarian split squats, but I have to because I'm not a bitch. For this last movement, we are going to do elevated lunges. Have a plate on the floor about this wide. I'm probably going to use a 25 or even 35 would do. And then you're going to have a dumbbell in your working leg, the hand next to your working leg. It's basically like Bulgarian split squats, what I showed you guys, but just a shorter range of motion. I'm just saying, BBLs are a thing. You could always get surgery. But what feels more rewarding? Which one would you be more proud of? I mean, honestly, if I had a BBL, I'd be proud that I'm in a place financially to afford a BBL, but I don't have BBL money. No weight first. Working hand, weight comes right here. Working legs. To the end of the workout. If you have any questions about any of the movements or anything, let me know. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. My uploads are, we're gonna continue with the every other week upload. Pretty sure my next video is gonna be just a vlog, a fun vlog with some creative edits in it or something. But if you have any questions, let me know. If you're not following me on Instagram at Jaybebold, definitely follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Leave any comments if you have any comments whatsoever. And remember to like this video also. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, of course.